not very good here, but I'm here to talk about today's cricket show. It's going to be a short cricket show due to my but nevertheless, I'm not going to go into any summary because time is very short. I believe I have around 1 hour and 10 minutes precisely for the first one day international here in New Zealand to start at McLean Park in Napier. And as you know, India is 6 centuries. Tremendous performance from Virat Kohli, especially considering that this was based on the tours that India had of South Africa, England, and Australia. There were a lot of away tours. So it's a really a great feeling for Virat Kohli that he was recognized for 3 important awards. And also the other awards that were given, the 3 awards were swept by Virat Kohli, and then another award coming up, which was Rashid Khan was the runner-up for the ODI award, and also Kagiso Rabada doing a good job as well. And the emerging cricketer of the year was the man who made a lot of noise in the India-Australia Test series, not only with the bat, not only by wicket keeping, but also behind the wicket. Rishabh Pant was named the emerging cricketer of the year as the Indian wicket-keeper batsman has scored 537 runs with a century, and he grabbed 40 catches and pulled off 2 stumpings as well. And Arun Finch, who scored 172 of just 76 balls against Zimbabwe in Harare, was chosen as the best year, which missed the all-standing record, right? T20. He got the cricketer of the cricket award. India's victory in the Under-19 World Cup was voted the year. So this is something that I want. And once I get into cricket, I start flowing, and that's what precisely happening. So now the next thing that I'm going to look out for, talk about, is going to be the South Africa versus Pakistan ODI, which was played between Pakistan and South Africa, and inning 207 for 5. Andil Felikuayo had an all-round effort. In fact, Kagiso Rabada was the one who started it all by knocking off Imam ul Haq and Babar Azam pretty quickly. After that, Olivier got his short delivery to work for him, picking up the wicket of Fakhar Zaman for 26. And as I said, Mohammad Hafiz was out for 9, Malik for 21, Sharaf Khan for 18, Hassan Talat for 2, and then Sarfraz Ahmed's contribution was 41. But the man who really took the Pakistan to a respectable 203 was none other than the all-rounder Hassan Ali. He really showed that he can be a good, very handy bat, as 90 runs were scored. They were 112 for 8 at one stage in the 32nd over, and it was only thanks to Hassan Ali, who clubbed 59 of 45 deliveries. It included 5 fours and 3 sixes, and finally Pakistan were all out for 203 thanks to Hassan Ali. The bowling, Rabada 9 overs 1 million 235, Divan Ali 1 for 51, but Andil Felikuayo was absolutely on the money. He was skipping the ball absolutely up to the batsman. 9.5 overs, 2 maidens, 22 runs and 4 wickets for him. Shamsi was another who impressed a lot. He got the ball to turn both ways and really started sowing doubts into the Pakistan batsman's mind, even though he was a bit costly, one thought, by his standards. 10 overs, no maiden, 3 for 56. Definitely doing a good turn for himself. Andy Felikuayo getting his career best figures in ODI too. Brilliantly bowled. Shah Afridi, the left-arm young pacer, was really into his element as he knocked off Hamla, Duplessis, and Reza Hendricks in very quick time to reduce the South Africans to 29 for 3 in the 6th over. And then we had Vander Dussen in the middle, coming in as 1 drop. Duplessis was dismissed by Afridi, as I said, and David Miller contributed 31 of 26, 37 of 5. And Sharaf Khan picked up 2 wickets pretty quickly, with dismissing David Miller and Klassen of 2 successive balls, with Henry Klassen out to a first ball blocked to the bowling of Shadab Khan, the leg spinner. And there was a bit of pressure on the Pakistanis at the half their team were into the pavilion with the score reading 80 for 5. But Andrew Felukwayo and Vander Dussen school. Vander Dussen showing that he belongs to this South African over, played superbly. Andy Felukwayo, well, I thought he did not read Shadab Khan very well, but it was interesting to see having a swing at the bat without really gauging the turn that Shadab Khan was producing. And Andrew Felukwayo, I would say, lived dangerously, but it was effective, because what it did was from 80 for 5, there was no looking back for South Africa, as South Africa went on to victory. At 207 for 5, the 42nd over, Felukwayo putting in an all-round performance, an unbeaten 69 of 80 deliveries, which included 7 fours and 2 sixes. And Andrew Felukwayo really was someone who was, his battle with Shadab Khan was very interesting, but nevertheless, he got there to the finishing line, and Vander Dussen with his calmness, and as I said, really showing his talent now, and with his 2 not 80 not out, precisely making a point there that he's here to stay in the South African team. A very talented player at that. Vander Dussen was not on 80 of 123, 9 fours. The man of the match going to Andrew Felukwayo, all-round performance. And 3 for 44 for Shaheen Shah Afridi, 2 for 40 for Shadab Khan. Other than that, there were no persons, none of the bowlers could get into the wickets column. 5, Ashraf 7 was none for 32, 6 was 36 for Mohammad Hafiz, 8 was none for 31, Hassan Ali, Hassan Talib 2 was none for 16, as is Andrew Felukwayo. And so the 5-match series was level 1-1. Now, the other cricket that I could speak about, as I said, India and New Zealand are preparing, as I said, exactly there's 1 hour left. The first ODI kicks off between India and New Zealand at McLean. And as I said, the tussle is for the number 2 spot. Now India is holding the number 2 spot right now. India is holding the number 1 spot, I believe, in ODI. So that is something we have to see. McLean Park in Napier is going to be played, short square boundaries. India, New Zealand, this should be a sort of a real battle. And let me tell you, New Zealand are looking very, very good. They have a very good combination there. If you look at the team composition, there was no Smith and Warner, as we all know. So definitely, India have to change the record that New Zealand in New Zealand, because India definitely have struggled a bit, one could say. So this will be a sort of a real test for India, according to me. And well, India definitely have the talent, but New Zealand on their home territory are a very, very difficult team to beat. And of late, we have seen that New Zealand have had a lot of victories. A lot of touring teams have come there, and I believe for 7 series, 7 they have got victories in a very convincing fashion, and they have racked up huge scores against Sri Lanka, as we know. So India definitely with no Jasprit Bumrah, who has been rested, was the key in Australia. But nevertheless, India still have the other bowlers, Kumar, Mohammad Shami, and the spinners would be a sort of a real test for the Kiwis as well. And I think we are in for a very, very good match. Dhoni is in some good form. Kohli would have been absolutely buoyed up. He's got 3 ICC cricketer awards. And New Zealand definitely looking very good. Martin Guptill, Colin Munro probably has to get in some good form. Keane Williamson, no doubt about it, and his captaincy as well. Ross Taylor, he's always almost rivaling with Virat Kohli. Tom Latham, Henry Nichols is a much improved. That looks pretty solid according to me. Colin Granholm, the all-rounder, coming in. Tim Southee and Trent Bolt to man the Pacers has been talked of as one who bowls, and he's pretty quick at that, and he's surely the right arm leggy. So we are having up in probably 1 hour from now, as I'm talking to you. Well, dear fans of the Towers, that's today's cricket show goes. Hope you all like it. With more to come on my show. It's about time for me to bid you all a very good night and enjoy the first ODI between India and New Zealand at McLean Park in Napier. Thank you.